Well, we're back one game early today for a cup doubleheader with Brighton. We're back from the winter break. We've started with two 2-0 wins in the league, but now we face all Merseyside clubs. Everton as we start our FA Cup defence, and Liverpool away in the Carabao Cup. But after three very tough games, if we get through that one, the draw really opens up. Can we get through in one or both cups? Let's go and find out, as well as meeting a new January signing. We're back from the Winter World Cup and we've got today and next week to get through the end of this season. It's a tough month as we face in our next 5 games Everton and Liverpool in the 2 cups, City, Chelsea and rivals Palace in the league, and those 5 games come in the space of 14 days. This is hectic. We've got one new signing to meet, but he's not with us at the moment. He's gone back out on loan. And of course the January transfer window is still open, players still trying to force their way out, and Solly March with yet another injury. So if you're looking forward to all of that, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe and turn that notification bell on for daily Football Manager content. The beta is about a week away now, and you can find my plans for all of my series up in the eye above. There's also plenty of save ideas for you guys as well, which will hopefully give you some inspiration for the new game. Finally, there's a link to the Twitch channel up there, so please do come and follow us for daily live streams once the beta's out. You can find all the ways to support the channel and links to other platforms down in the description below. But it's time to talk about Brighton because we are back. We've had 2 games since the Winter World Cup and they've been comfortable. We played Blackburn, bottom of the league after promotion. We won it 2-0 with Webster and Basuma, a header from a corner and a great free kick in an otherwise pretty uninspiring performance, to be honest. And then struggling Newcastle, who sacked Eddie Howe. They were in the relegation zone at that point. Not sure if they still are now, but they're close either way. And it was another 2-0 away win. Karim Adeyemi with an early goal. And then Sander Berger, another one of those from a set piece. That one assisted by Webster this time. So a really decent start after the Winter World Cup, which of course, given the FM bias, was won by England. Of course they were going to win the World Cup. Let's have a look at how they did it. If we go to their schedule, they played in the final Uruguay and won 5-0. In the semi-final, Italy won 4-0. In the quarter-final, beat Brazil in extra time. Scotland beat them 5-1 in the last 16. And then a draw with Portugal and wins against South Korea and Morocco in the groups. Let's bear in mind as well, we've got every league loaded. This isn't just the English leagues loaded, they're dominant. Every league is loaded and that's happening. That's scandalous in my opinion, but there we go. Let's hope it's a sign of things to come. Somehow I doubt that. I mean, 2 of the sides in that run in the knockouts aren't even at the World Cup, are they? So let's go and move on to someone from the toughest test that England faced in that World Cup, a Brazilian, a new signing. If we go to the transfer centre and see what's been happening, we're getting lots of loan offers for some of our players. However, it's all about one deal that's come in and gone back out of the club again. So the man who joined us was Matthias Franca from Flamengo. 11.25 million his release clause. He's gone back on loan till the end of the season. He's a really quality player, to be honest. I sort of see him as the replacement for Lallana in the long term. A playmaker, not the hardest worker, but good physically. He's 6 foot, he's clever on the ball, and maybe he's someone that can be a star for Brighton in the future. With his personality and with his player traits and his versatility too, there's no doubt that he's going to be a superstar and make this club a profit. So we're going to see how he gets on for the rest of the year away. But while we do that, we're going to focus on the Cups because we've had a horrible run in the League Cup. We've played away at Arsenal, at West Ham, and now Liverpool. But if we get through that, we could have a chance. Because if I show you what the draw looks like at the minute, United play Chelsea in one of the other quarterfinals, but then it's Barnsley v Leeds and Villa v Newcastle. Now, I'd fancy us against any of those 4. So hopefully, the winner of Chelsea United gets one of those guys, we get one of those guys, and then they dump out Chelsea or United and we get the other one in the final. That's the plan. Then we can say 2 seasons, we've won both domestic cups. That would be great. Might be wishful thinking. However, first we go at home to Everton, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play first team against Everton. I'm going to play as strong as I can against Liverpool, and I'm going to rest everyone against City, because I think that's the hardest game on paper. If we look at the table, they're up in second place. I'd rather save people for them Palace and Chelsea, more winnable games the week after. You can see Haaland has come in, he's stolen Adeyemi's thunder 12 goals for Karim, 21 for Haaland. Makes his record last year look so poor. But let's go and get through to the fixtures. Let's see how we get on. It's Brighton v Everton in the FA Cup. It is not an easy start to our defence. And as a result, this is the very strong lineup we've gone for. It is essentially my first 11 with Sanchez swapping for Livakovic. He'll play both of the cup games. But at the moment, I want to stay strong. I want to get through. And this is the side I've picked to do it. I thought about Kelvin at fullback. He'll probably play on Tuesday night rather than Lamptey. But the rest of the team is as expected, with Veltman, Dunk and Webster in front of Sanchez, Lamptey and Cucurella the wing-backs, with Berger and Basuma centre midfielders. And in Zakarian, he's broken in now officially, alongside McAllister behind Adeyemi. Not scoring at quite the rate he did last year, but he's still doing pretty well. So let's go and see if we can get through and start our defence in style. And here are the teams. Unfortunately, Everton have gone very strong as well. We see the likes of Calvert-Lewin, Damari Gray, Dele Alli, Anthony Gordon developing. But no Richarlison, no Julian Draxler who they've signed. And they seem to have changed things at the back a little as well. So we'll close down Calvert-Lewin. I'm not sure what's happened to Richarlison. We'll have to go and have a little look actually. If we find out what's happened to him, they're doing much better this year up in 9th. Draxler's injured, Richarlison's injured, Allen suspended. That explains it all. Let's tell the lads to pick up where they left off. They played really well in the last game, to be fair. A comfortable win against Newcastle in that one, and hopefully a comfortable win against Everton in this one. Well, we're back with 15 on the clock to see the Everton right back get a booking, and McAllister pick up the ball for a free kick. He crosses there. I was almost going to berate him for not shooting, but he delivers to Veltman, who heads in at the back stick. He's not often the man up there to win them, but it's a brilliant header. It's an easy goal. And from a set piece, we lead 1-0. With a dominant side, we're on the front foot, and Everton don't seem to handle us at the moment. As we're back on the right-hand side, with the booked man for Everton, who goes back to Decore. I get it down the right wing again. Last thing we want to do is concede out a nothing before the break, because we've been so dominant. As Decore goes back to Mina. Again, both teams playing in blue. Seems to be a big kick clash problem in FM22 here. As Gordon, back down the right to Decore. Over the top, Cucurella deals with it well. Plays out to Berger, very composed. Dunk wide again. Now Cucurella can counter. Got to lead to something this. Up towards Zakarian, it's not got enough on it. And now Damari Gray can counter. It's a good game this at the moment. Or a good couple of minutes, I should say. As Mikalenko plays to Gray. Calvert-Lewin's in the middle. This spells problems. Back to Mikalenko, into Gordon. Was he offside? I think he was alright. He seemed to make the run off his man at the back post. Cucurella didn't track him. And Webster was in no man's land. What will happen here? I think it stands. It is a goal. 1-1 out of nowhere. And at half time, that's how it stays. Everton's only shot on target has led to a goal. So we're going to ask the lads to prove a point, get into the second half. We need to deliver a lot better than that. And we're back straight away with Tariq Lamptey on the right to Zakarian. That's going to be a red card for Tom Davis. I was kind of hoping we could get 2 or 3 up here and rest players for the week, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Everton will now sit everyone behind the ball, and we're probably going to find it quite tough to break them down. So with an hour on the clock, I'm looking at what we can do. Adeyemi's had another poor game. Cucurella's not fit at left back. Zakarian struggling, and we've got a throw on the left. If we get ahead, we'll make a change as Cucurella. Back to Berger. Good ball to Adeyemi. Straight at Pickford. Holds on to it. Makes it look theatrical. But it's a comfortable save. With 25 left, he'll take his goal kick. He'll take his time as well. Not in a rush to get this ball forward, is he? Long down the right, Gordon will get there. Cucurella in no man's land again. And with Solly March not fit, we're going to have to be careful. That's an awful back pass. Sanchez does really well with it. What on earth was he doing though? It might lead to a goal. Zakarian coming down the left. He'll be the first man off in a minute. Cuts it inside to Sander Berger, and Basuma wouldn't mind a long distance strike. Plays through to Adeyemi, does better than that. But the shot's blocked by Mikalenko. Out for a throw in. And now we will think about subs. I think we still get 5 in the FA Cup second season. We'll have a look, but we'll get the first ones off as a priority. It will be Zakarian, replaced by Leandro Trossard, with him switching with McAllister. Well then, I'm probably going to have to bring Kelvin on and switch Lamptey to the left. I think that's the best way we can do it. And then we should have Kelvin and Cucurella fit for midweek, which will work out. Lamptey will drop to a support duty on that left-hand side. Excuse the mouse. And then we'll give it 5 more before making the extra subs. Basuma we might have to watch. Berger we might have to watch. At least one of them we need to keep fit. So let's get into the last quarter. Hopefully a goal's incoming. And we're straight back again on the attack with Lamptey to Sander Berger from the throw. Lamptey of course now on the left, but we're on the front foot a lot more. Everton sitting deep, but they're running out of steam. Basuma to Lamptey, got across, cuts back to Berger, got space, delivers to the back post to Kelvin. He's got time to shoot, instead crosses for Lamptey. Beats everyone, back to Berger. Where's the cutting edge? Basuma turns, he can shoot. He's into the box, he's forced wide. Crosses blocked to Kelvin. Oh, it's relentless, but we can't get the ball in. This time we do. Kelvin to Adeyemi. Instant impact from the new right wing back. And as his replacement is still walking round the pitch having come off. Kelvin has set up a goal. Adeyemi off, let's make subs. And now it can be Alexis McAllister, who we need to rest. He will be replaced by Taylor Richards, who will come on there. And do we still have 5 subs? That's the big question. No, we don't. It's reverted. So that answers the question in the comments from last year. We've got 20 to go, and hopefully we can see this game out. And into the final 5, we've got another set piece. Everton still haven't had a shot on target other than their goal. It really is quite frightening, the lack of attack from them. Kadra, the man they signed from us this summer, is now on off the bench, but Webster wins it back off him to Lamptey and Dunk. Ball into midfield for Taylor Richards, who turns on it well. Started to play well in Europe, in fairness, and it's wide to Lamptey on the left. We get a third now. We'll just sit in unbalanced and finish off the game. Trossard back to Berger. Time to shoot. Great curling effort. He's improved so much since joining. And although I was umming and ahhing about bringing him in the summer, I went with my real life gut instincts, and Sander Berger is delivering. We start with a win in our FA Cup defence, although that wasn't the best throw-in. We now wonder about what we can do in midweek. We're going to focus on Liverpool, a big trip away to the league leaders, the champions, and try and get in the Carabao Cup semis as Adeyemi. Back to Basuma and Sander Berger. Basuma again. How many of these are going to be fit? Out to Kelvin on the right. Inside to Veltman. We're keeping it well. We're forcing Everton all over the place. Kelvin's now got space to run into, but again plays short. Basuma. Back to Veltman, who started this all off with the opening goal. Keeps possession well. Again, no one pressing him. So it's out to Kelvin on the right and Basuma. How many passes in this? If it leads to a goal, it will be glorious. Adeyemi to Richards. Curls just over the bar. Lovely move. Flowing football. The Brighton fans must be loving it. 4 minutes added on. No one is going to threaten us now. A 3-1 win in the FA Cup. We'll be back for the draw for the 4th round in a minute. And then the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Well, it's not going to be the same easy run we had in last year's FA Cup. It is another Premier League side, this time away to Villa. One of the sides we could end up against if we get to the League Cup semi-final. But for now, let's have a look at our fitness test, because at the moment, it looks like most people have recovered. I had to give Basuma and Berger a day off from training. The rest of them are left as is. So let's hope we're all in pretty good nick. Through to the lineup we go. We're back in a minute to run through it against the champions in the League Cup quarter-final. Here we go then. We keep the same team, bar the one change we talked about in the week, which was Kelvin for Lamptey. We knew that was going to be likely. We get 9 subs in this, so Claridge comes on as an extra wing-back option, and Pascal Gross for a bit more experience and cutting edge. Set-piece quality too. The rest of the team's the same. One change, Sanchez keeps his place in goal, and Kelvin, assist off the bench at the weekend. Let's hope he can add to that tonight. This is going to be tricky, and Liverpool's team looks frightening. And here we go. They've made 7 changes, but they had an easier FA Cup tie at the weekend. So you can see, looking at the players out to win, they've brought back their first choice goalkeeper, back the first choice right side of defence, back the first choice midfield, and Dybala in up front. It is magic. It's a wonderful team. So let's go and look through the dressing room. We know they're going to be good. Loads of them have had a week and a half off. So we motivate the lads, we do the best we can, and hopefully we get a result. I'm not betting on anything, as Dybala's got the ball on the left-hand side. Cross into the front post, beats everyone. And after all of that, we concede from a set piece. Everyone got drawn to the ball for the man going for the header. And Mane, 8 yards out, completely unmarked. That is disgraceful. Not quite as competitive as the Community Shield or even the first half of the league game this, but we are on the ball now with Webster, who surges down the left, releases Cucurella behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. Adeyemi's in the middle, it's back towards Berger. He's not got enough on it. He had to whip that in first time. Webster challenges Dybala well, and then Cucurella gives it away again. What is he playing at back there? Jones gets it out to Salah, and now Alexander-Arnold overlaps. And if Cucurella doesn't win the battle when he goes forward, there's going to be a gaping hole in behind out there. As Virgil van Dijk gets it to Kessie. Through ball to Mane, that's easy as you like. Somehow he's put it over the bar. We are living on the edge, and we're living dangerously. We deserve to be 2 or 3 down. Well, we reach half-time at 1-0, and to be fair, the stats aren't awful. It's just the performance from what we've seen. The issue here is we're sacrificing the weekend to try and get a result here. If we don't, we're going to be in big trouble. We've got all the lads motivated. We've got all of them on board. Now let's get into the second half, and please, give us a reaction. Well, at the hour mark, I'm going to have to look at subs because we're in big trouble in certain areas. McAllister's a star, but he's struggling. But then with 20 to go, Zakarian, Kelvin, Cucurella, Adeyemi's in the worst form he's been in since he got here, which still isn't terrible to be fair. But I'm going to bring on Leandro Trossard. I'm going to switch them with McAllister. I'm going to take off Cucurella for Jacob Murder. And I'm going to take off Kelvin for Lamptey because the wing-backs have to work harder than anyone else here, so I need to protect them. We'll drop Murder to a support duty. We got more subs if we need them, I think. Yes, we have. So I'll give it 5 more, and then I might throw Hlozek on. We'll see. Here we go then. 10 minutes to go, and I'm going to go for it. We're going to take off McAllister for Adam Hlozek. We're going to chuck him through the middle up front, and we'll go for 2 up there. So Hlozek on the right, Adeyemi on the left, Trossard in behind them as an attacking midfielder. That means Adeyemi will stay as an advanced forward on attack. Hlozek will go as a... might do the same. Get them both running in behind. Play a bit longer. I think complete forward on attack suits him better. We've got one more sub. I'll take off one of the defenders. Webster struggling. Mepham on. Maybe a hero from a set piece. He did it in the FA Cup semi-final, didn't he? Let's see if he can do it tonight. At what point do I put the hammer down and go attack him? Because at the moment, we're not really showing anything, but we are restricting Liverpool. And even when we played them against 10 for the last 15 minutes of the league game a few episodes ago, you saw what happened when we went positive. I'm petrified of it. So I'm going to leave it as late as possible. But at the moment, we're just sitting back and holding on for 1. And if Diaz scores here, it won't matter. Good save, Robert Sanchez. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. It should be more. But we're still in it. We are still in it with 10 minutes to go. We just need one set piece, one moment of magic. Kanate heads over the bar. We're going to encourage the lads. We're going to go positive. Let's hope. This is the moment. Or is it? Because we've got to the 90th minute and nothing's happened other than a Liverpool free kick. Thiago shot brilliantly saved by Sanchez. Moulay the sub picks it up. Murder intercepts. Hoofs out for a throw. We're going attacking. It might not be worth it, but... if anything, we're getting worse when we do that. Tsimikas gets it into Diaz. Back to the edge of the box again. They're so confident in possession. Gomez. Over towards Berger. It's intercepted. Now can we counter? There's 2 up there. But it's too straight. You've got to get that ball wide. Or it's going to be meat and drink for Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. Van Dijk brings it out from the back to Tsimikas. And now it'll be a Liverpool attack. 2.5 minutes. And Salah's in behind. This could be the end of it all. Cuts back on his left, back to Fabinho. Is he going to shoot? Nope, goes towards the corner flag. Salah cuts inside. He will shoot, and he's hit the post. Veltman clears. 2 minutes left. Just for the instructions. Let's pass into space. Let's go direct. Let's play the ball down the right and the left. And let's get the strikers out there running. They've got to go for it. They've got to push. But I think it's too little too late. And it certainly is. The 3 minutes of stoppage time are up. It was a competent, competitive performance, but we never really looked like getting anything. Liverpool probably had 2 other clear-cut chances. They could have won it 3 on another day. But we did okay. Our League Cup dream is over. And now it's all about the FA Cup, the Europa League and the Premier League. Back in a moment to see when we're next going to be here. Well, I think with no more transfer work planned, certainly in terms of ins anyway, we're going to leave it a little while now. We've got a spell of 9 games to the end of February, which includes Chelsea twice, City as we mentioned, and an FA Cup tie too. But I'm looking at the start of March. We return to Europe, we face United and City, and of course we could have 2 European ties, an FA Cup 5th round or quarter final, and the 2 big Premier League games as well. So we're going to be back somewhere around there, I think. If you're looking forward to it and you did enjoy this episode, 1 win and 1 defeat in the 2 domestic cups, then please do put a thumbs up on it and subscribe for daily Football Manager content. We'll be back every weekday with this next week until the beta. And then it's all about FM23. My plans are up in the eye above. You can let me know who you're planning to manage too. And there's also some save ideas if you're stuck for who to manage. You can find all the other platforms and ways to support the channel down in the description, or just click the join button if you want to become a channel member here. But above my head now are my FM23 plans. Please do check them out if you haven't already. We'll have another FM23 save ideas video on Sunday. And then we're back with this one on Monday. I'll see you there.